Hi, everybody. This is Daniel Hutchins. We're back again. So, yes, my brothers and ladies, we are going to be talking about Black Widow. Yes, for you brothers and ladies out there on other media. Okay, so I kind of slipped up on that, but okay. So, we are going to be talking about Black Widow. Yes, we're talking about Black Widow. Black Widow actor has hinted at a return to the universe. You want to know more about the Black Widow actor return to the universe and who it is? Well, I'll tell you. Okay, so cool your jets because we are going to be coming for a 3 point landing. Literally speaking, with our Quinjet. Okay, so figuratively speaking. Okay, so from today, a couple hours ago. Now, this person who's played the character as Rick Mason on the recent Black Widow movie of last year could be coming back to the Marvel Universe. Although, in which capacity, he isn't saying, or maybe we don't know. Hopefully, we will know if you follow on your spoilers. Now, in new re release interviews, this actor said he has a contract negotiation with Marvel Studios and Big Cheese himself, Kevin Feige. And again, we say in a one and done convo, we say, which suggests that the character dubs as the agent of the comics and created by writer James Hunnell and John Ridgway. Big names, guys, big names. They could have bigger roles to play in the Marvel Universe, TV's and films universe moving forward. That being said, don't necessarily expect a one-to-one translation on the character. According to Fag Benny, who's another person again, this version of Mason is a creation of the Black Widow writer Eric Pearson. Yes, another famous Eric, of course. Now, in fact, he admits that his character is so different from comic book versions that he does not feel like it's needed to do much of research on. Because with Marvel, we're not really sure how much we can say about this. But we're just here to say that it wasn't a one and done combo, Fag Benny said film. Now, to be honest, we did start to research the comics. Well, you really didn't have to, but you want to. The actor said, I had conversations with Eric Pearson, and who wrote Black Widow comics and films, and they said, who's became a close friend of mine. He's a genius and a beautiful person in our conversations in so many ways and incarnations of Mason in an Eric creation. So although we did have a little peek at the original scripts and art, we very soon will become focused on what Eric has created for Black Widow. Given this fact, the Black Widow wasn't in Spider-Man No Way Home. Again, wasn't a Way Home mega hit, but that might seem to doesn't bode too well for Mason. Now, the mythology of Black Widow has already expanded to that from Hawkeye, noted about the Budapest connection, you might know, from the Avengers. Now, again, MCU for a while to come, don't be too surprised on this to see a character like Mason showing up on Armor Wars with Don Cheadle War Machine. Again, something similarly grounded. Now, his services as the guy who can get you the stuff you need, whether you're a hero or helping out Rhodey or Daredevil, or just a villain contract with negotiating with a villain. It's helping the Scrolls or Kingpin, for that matter. Now, in schemes of things, the grand scheme of things, his character is given degrees of moral flexibility and awesomeness that can further put him on either sides of numbers of conflicts. Because after all, he's an agent and he's a contractor, and he contracts whatever you can to your hero or say negotiate with people in the other parts of the Marvel Universe. Okay, everybody, you want to know more stuff? Well, you came to the right place because we are talking about more Marvel from our friends, comicbook.com. You can't really see because my light's so bright. But okay, so Phase Zero, Moon Knight Episode 1 recap, the Nova, and more Marvel Cinematic Universe news. This was from the 30th of March. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is it's important because you guys gotta know what's going on with the Marvel Universe. The Marvel Universe has drought over. Moon Knight has premiered its first episode and given that Phase Zero community something new to fun react to. Recaps of comicbook.com's Marvel podcast series The second half of Phase Zero, Episode 2 by 12, sees the crew of Brandon Davis and some other brothers of the universe discussing the premiere episode with spoilers and Easter eggs all across the Marvel Universe. This show also features exclusive interviews with Moon Knight executive producers and pouring some new insights and mysteries about the series. Episode 2 over 12 also dives into some other Marvel Universe news. Updates: top of the list, Nova has a writer. Yes, Nova now has a writer. Nova fitting in the Marvel Universe, whether it should be Sam Alexander or Richard Rider, now kicks off his show before the impassioned rant about some choices made by the Oscar Awards show, plus update on the teases for Deadpool 3 with Ryan Reynolds, The Amazing Spider-Man 3, Ironheart, and Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which we've briefly talked about, which will come out this Christmas. Now, again, Phase Zero, Season 2, Episode 12, again, is a podcast you can tune into at any point in time to all you Marvel fans and Marvel brothers in the universe, whether you be a brother or a sister or a lady, or a brother or someone who kind of follows that universe. You can tune into a podcast from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. You can tune in and know what's going on with the Marvel Universe. Again, don't take me for granted, but I'm just helping you guys out so you guys know the feels of what's going to happen in the universe, y'all. Phase Zero's podcast kicked off with exciting freshman years of 2021. First episode, the Phase Zero show reveals a missions creating fun, positive community for the fans, the brothers and the gentlemen and the ladies and sisters and brothers all across the Marvel universe can now interact with other members of the Marvel family, and again provide exclusive insights from hosts and celebrities. Now, on these boxes you can check and more, you have 1.2 million listeners across the USA, across platforms from 2021. The 2022 previews are now available now. You can check that out with the episode 2 premieres of the comicbook.com's MCU podcast series, where you can talk to your host and rank each title in terms of hype and anticipation. Phase Zero is a free community for live interviews of several members of the Marvel Universe and Marvel family. WandaVision director was also there. Also, directors with the Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki director. Also, some other visual developments with Thanos and Shang-Chi. Vision, again, and Marvel What If. Eternals producer was there. Shang-Chi producer was there. Shang-Chi stars were there. Destin Daniel Cretton was there. And other celebrities were there. Again, guys, so check that out. Check that out. I really suggest you check that out. You can go to podcast stations and you can find that. Okay, Phase Zero is a free community for all you Marvel Cinematic Universe or Marvel family lovers, like brothers, sisters, gentlemen, ladies, or sisters of the universe. You can all join. You can all join. It's really cool. I suggest you check it out. Phase Zero. It's a free Marvel's Universe podcast you can see. Hosting weekly conversations on theories, speculations, and exclusive interviews with insights of the Marvel Universe. It's the number one hot spot for MCU fans, welcoming these all people of new or old, and again, who think you know it all. Well, new episodes are recorded on Twitch TV via the comic book every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. Well, if you're in Pacific time, you're 2 hours behind. So sorry, guys. But if you're in Eastern time, you're 12 p.m. But if you're in Pacific time, you're 2 hours behind. Sorry, but that's how the time frame works, the time setting, wherever you live, mostly. Now, before it being made available to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or wherever other podcasts are found. You can also go to YouTube and find it, because you can follow tons of podcast people, podcast professionals of YouTube, all also about the Marvel family or the Marvel Universe. You can also follow them on social media. They can follow Phase Zero's account on Twitter. That way you can get your fills about the comic book universe and Marvel. Yes. Okay. Now, again, guys, I'm just trying to fill you in. I'm just the messenger. I try to do my best to fill you in with what's going on. Now, Daredevil and Kingpin has a new appearance. And this could possibly is now revealed, guys. Daredevil and Kingpin, their next appearance. You want to know the next appearance, Marvel Universe appearance of Daredevil and Kingpin? Well, you came to the right place. Because after the end of Daredevil run from 2018, since the Netflix contract expired, now you have the resumes of the Marvel Universe potentially confirming the new appearances of Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio. Also, you have the upcoming series spin-off from Hawkeye you've seen, Echo. Echo is going to also suppose Cox and D'Onofrio alongside with Aloka Cox. Again, you quick glances of Caballero's other projects, you can see they worked on varieties of Marvel Studios and Disney projects and productions, which has lended authenticity to all the contribution in the series or the universe. Though it's unknown how much of this potential will the performers have in that series, the resume says this is teasing to expected debut in next year, 2023. Now that's not too far, guys, because we're almost kind of getting through this year, y'all. So in audiences, Saul and Hawkeye, Kingpin has a long-standing connection to Echo. Yes, Echo, 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 Echo. Yep. So it's not much a surprise he's returning to our program. Kingpin has major roles in the series and major connection to Daredevil, would closely sign behind or slide behind. Because Daredevil debuted in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, coming from that one shot scene from Spider Man No Way Home, serving as Peter Parker's lawyer, his legal consultant during the murder of Mysterio. Yep, murder of Mysterio. Yep. So again, Disney Plus recently debuted the various Netflix series from the service because Netflix contract had ran out. And basically Disney Plus had to re-alter itself so they have mature audience content. Again, I talked about that in another article. You can check that out on my channel. Again, in keeping with lots of things in Marvel Universe, it's a good moment to have the few years pass, and Cox had explained earlier the year that Middle Eastern films and Comic Cons all across the world and USA, or most nationally or internationally, are slightly different than Born Again. Staying tuned to details of the future Daredevil and Kingpin, Echo has not have a release yet, but when we find out, we'll let you know as best as we possibly can. Do you think these characters could appear in the new series? Let us know your thoughts below. Okay, guys, so that's what's going on with the next ideas of where Kingpin and Daredevil can go. Alright, so we are going to be going back to the comic book main page, or at least we want to go to the comic book main page, because comicbook.com always has good information. Comicbook.com always has good information. Okay, guys, so you want to know more about Batman and Robin? Yes, Batman and Robin, that panned movie from 1997. Okay, so Batman and Robin gets defended from being put on the bad superhero list. Okay, you want to know more? That's come out today. Okay, Twitter polls were asking fans what are the bad superhero movies. Their favorite was the 1997 Batman Robin. The trends on Twitter. Offering up lists as candidates also conclude the Air Suicide Squad, Fantastic Four by Josh Trank, and the just released Morbius. Heroic Hollywood, which is a place we visited a few times before, has asked fans to weigh in on their best bad movie. Variety's a reason the Joel Schumacher second and final Batman film was the very one the fans most gravitated towards. Of course, to the other sides of folks, if people rush at people replying to fan comments saying argue with them, because fans on Twitter are nothing but unpredictable. So all told, must be told, the graphics from Heroic Hollywood included Morbius, Green Lantern, Fantastic Four, Venom Let There Be Carnage, Suicide Squad, and Batman Robin. Most of those movies have Virgil contingents of fandom objecting to their conclusion, now proposing alternate choices like Daredevil, Elektra, Catwoman, X-Men, or Wolverine. Common to the choices of fan favorite bad movies were also Mystery Men, Wonder Woman 1984, and Tim Story's Fantastic Four. Now, as you might have expected, plenty of those fans were mostly conclusion to David Ayer Suicide Squad, since most of fans of Air Suicide Squad say Snyderverse DC films are hoping the director cut around Air to clean up his film during a post production. What's more to look at the comic book movie community and Twitter, regardless of whatever the occasional odd claims of widely beloved movies in Nolan Batman universe or Suicide Squad or Batman the lousy or ought to be list. Instead, sort your particular fan faves here. You can check it out in the argument on favor of Batman and Robin below. Franchises are now colliding, y'all. Franchise collide. Now, for the Marvel and DC Universe communities, Heroic Hollywood on Twitter just said, "What is your favorite bad superhero movie?" Again, Pandora Clock said, "As those, I have to pick Batman and Robin. The others were trying too hard to be serious. Blockbusters were failed. B&R's Batman and Robin is just straight cheesy. Excess is the franchise colliding with 60 Batman. A difference. What's your favorite bad superhero film?" Frankie again said, "Easy, Batman and Robin." He said it wasn't really trying to be a good movie. It was trying to get taken seriously. Kind of was funny though, but everything else was awful. Sam also said, "Batman and Robin only because Arnold's Mr. Freeze jokes." Okay, so comic book AF again. Lunar Live said Batman and Robin is really fun. It's kind of cheesy but absurd, and it's Arnold one-liners. What's not to love about it? Well, hey, I like her. She's cool. She has the one that makes the most sense. But okay, guys. So that is kind of what the responses are as far as defending the Batman Robin of 1997. Do you defend Batman Robin 1997? Do you think it's a good movie? Do you love the cheesy humor? Do you like the one lines by Arnold Schwarzenegger? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I need to know your thoughts. It's really important you communicate your thoughts through the comments so I know what you love, what you don't like, your knowledge, and your information about the universe. Again, it's really important, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna be wrapping this up pretty soon. So I'm just gonna probably wrap it up now, actually. But okay. So again, guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful afternoon. I'll be posting some more soon, and I'll see you guys in the next uploads. Bye.